What's going on, guys? Scope of TV here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a reaction to Tracee Ellis Ross's dating life. She was recently on a podcast with Michelle Obama talking about her preferences in dating. We're going to talk about this because she's 52 years old, explaining why she doesn't have a kid, explaining why she prefers younger men. Now we're going to contrast that with the backlash older men tend to get when they say they prefer younger women. Now, let's see what she got to say.
Reasons. I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
So I'm guessing Michelle Obama is in agreement, to stop on the dating younger men. Let me say this. She is 52. Tracee Ellis Ross is 52, never been married, never had a kid, and she dates younger men. If a man who has never been married, never has a child, dates younger women, he always gets backlash. Take, for example, Leonardo DiCaprio. He always dates younger women, and they go after him, right? So it's not the same. It's not the same standard. It's a double standard. But let's keep it going.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, "Well, maybe because I can."
Yes.
Wow. So she dates younger men because she can. However, a man with the same amount of money as her saying that he dates younger women because he can would be called a groomer, would be called a cradle robber, right? This type of stuff is where I would have to do a video on this, because where do we draw the line? Where do we say what is right and what is wrong? I've seen countless amount of videos online of women talking about, you older men need to leave women that's younger than you alone. Date your own age. Don't date any woman that's 10 years younger than you, even 5 years younger than you. They don't want older men dating younger women. However, she says she can date younger men. Let's keep it going.
This is what I'm saying. Tales from Tracee's.
It's fun. It's very fun to share.
Tracee tale.
But
you date a younger woman.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So
you're telling me in her 52 years, no man that she has ever met know himself, know his life, and lived a good life. It's kind of confusing here.
It's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
But a lot of reasons, I mean,
the younger ones are hot and gorgeous. Guys, she does not want a bare belly man. She's 52 and she don't want a big bare belly man. She says she wants them young. She wants them younger guys. Okay? So get in the gym, get in shape, and maybe you'll get a chance to date Tracee Ellis Ross. Let's keep it going.
Men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been...
So I'm going to stop it there. She says older men her age are steeped in toxic masculinity. When did this word come about? What year? Because I can remember back in 2010, this word toxic masculinity was not in our social conversations. It was not there. When did this term toxic masculinity come about? It came about off the back of the Me Too era, where if a man is just a man, he is toxic. If he disagrees with you, he is toxic and is not a real man. So let's hear some more about this toxic masculinity which she speak of, which I'm guessing the younger ones, the young men that she likes, that she can manipulate, don't have because they're looking for a mother.
Raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was.
Anything that starts to smell of standards, anything that starts to smell of boundaries. You know, what's crazy is that I've been in situations where it's like that, where you date an older woman and you cannot tell her anything. You can't tell her to call you when she gets home. You can't tell her anything because she got her own money. And the minute you decide, oh, you know what, we should get serious. Please don't do this because it offends me. She's going to leave you, man.
Controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize, and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again. Men my age are.
So, as y'all can see, she says she would not be doing that again, not be dating older men. Kudos to her. You know, you got to get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it how you live, man. So if them young guys is making her happy, kudos to her. We not hating over here. But I will say this. At 52, you never had a kid. I don't think she been married. You out there, you doing all this stuff. It's a different world we're living in. It's a different world we're living in. Some of these young guys tend to be very hostile. They don't have conversation skills. So please do not take them very seriously. Continue to rotate them because they are emotionally unstable. It's easy to say, oh, these older men are toxic and their toxic masculinity. What she is trying to say, in my opinion, when she says these older men her age have toxic masculinity, is they have standards and they have boundaries and they're going to set their rules. Her problem is, to me, she do not want to follow any man's rules because she got her own money. Obviously, her mom been famous. How are you going to tell somebody that had it all from they were young that, you know what, you can't? It's impossible. So, in my opinion, it's an uphill battle for her to even find somebody that's going to, fit in her world, because all I heard in the video was me, 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 me. People tend to not look at the bigger picture of children, marriage, the home. Everybody plays a role. And as much as Michelle Obama is there cheering her on, let's face it, Michelle Obama played her role as the first lady and Barack Obama was the president. Michelle Obama never came out and started to make decisions for the country while Barack Obama was president, because her role was first lady and Barack Obama was president, right? Now, instead of cheering her on, Michelle Obama should have let her know, like, listen, it's not toxic masculinity if a man has boundaries. You're going to have boundaries. He's going to have boundaries. You're going to have rules. He's going to have rules. At the end of the day, what she's not understanding is that you do not get everything your way. Life does not work like that. And I think a vast majority of women that are older, in their older ages, in their 50s, that have never found that person, not willing to compromise with somebody, it is just deeply rooted in selfishness, in my opinion. But the hell with what I gotta say. Let's see what the comments gotta say. Someone says, using terms like toxic masculinity and I was controlled explains a lot. Should I continue? Come on, let's be honest. You're using term, you're 52. When you were 20, the term toxic masculinity was not invented. Okay? Masculine men ruled. Even until today, the reason you guys can sit on these podcasts is because of masculine men willing to go to war and put their lives on the line so that we're never invaded, so that we can have peace on the land, right? Everybody lives in this bubble and want to shame masculinity and call it toxic when in fact it is just having standards, right? So let's keep it going. Ma'am, we gonna do away worse. We gonna do you way worse than Unc did. So this is a young man saying that he's gonna do her worse than Unc did, which is Unc is a term for an older man. Someone else says she can manipulate them, which is the younger one. When an older man says this, he is bad. Meaning, when an older man says that he only dates younger women, he's bad. But she says she can date younger women simply because she can. So what is it? Double standard. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Personally, like I said, everybody got to live their life. She got to live her life. She got tons of money, and her money will keep her warm forever. So if she had wanted a kid, she probably would have already. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no hating over here. Do what you got to do. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this video. Until next time, Scope of Mar TV. I'm out.